Shout out to everybody. I don't know if y'all in here or not. If you is, shout out Thug Life. Y'all said it is what it is. Man, let me tell y'all, we have been having some interesting lives. We've been able to uncover a lot of things that's been going on. We even found a video. Shout out to everybody, right? So Kamala Harris, she ends up said, "You're at the wrong rally." Shout out to Sky News Australia. Kamala Harris mocks Christian students attending rally. Let's listen to this real quick before we get into the rest of the news.
Oh, you guys are at the wrong rally. No, I think you meant to go to the smaller one down the street.
You cannot make you cannot make this up, y'all. You cannot make this up. I cannot believe I am hearing her say this. And then the crazy part about it, Don Lemon ended up posting this and saying that, oh, she's standing strong. She's like, you know what I mean? Standing up to the hecklers. This is what Don Lemon has put out. Y'all hear this? Now, I'll put this out. Like, I'm not religious at all, but she needs that vote. So why she's doing that, I have no idea, bro. Like, it makes absolutely no sense.
Oh, you guys are at the wrong rally.
Y'all tell me what y'all think down in the comment section below about that. But we got some more videos. Yo, y'all seen what I seen? Donald Trump. Hold on. We gonna get to that. Donald Trump is out here working at, so he's actually working at McDonald's. Hold on.
Okay, let's say. You believe this? Look at this guy. He's a MAGA guy all the way.
Okay, so for his first order, yup.
Well, that's a good-looking group. Hello, everybody. This is not a normal situation, is it, huh? How are you? What a good-looking family. How did you produce those good-looking kids? Oh, they look like the wife.
Can you imagine, like, going to get McDonald's and Donald Trump is right there trying to give you your order? Can y'all imagine? Hit the like button, Doug. Hit the like button. Shout out to Sugar Black in here. Shout out to Dre in here. Appreciate you for coming in. Shout out to Kevin Francois in here. I think you're a subscriber. Shout out to B More Duke in here. G Williams is in here. And then Q Money is in here. Shout out to you. Appreciate you.
They look like the wife. How are you? Nice to see you. That's great. Thank you, man. Thank you very much. Thank you. And there'll be no charge. Trump is paying for it. Is that okay? Oh, you're going to.
But you know it's crazy though. Like, just imagine like if somebody was actually like talking stuff about Trump, and then you pull up in a drive-thru and Trump is giving you. Can y'all imagine that? You know what I mean? Shout out to Trump, man.
Oh, okay, great.
This is all on Trump.
Oh, all on Trump.
I'm allowed to do that, right?
Yeah.
Huh?
Let's check and make sure it's everything you said it would be.
It better be. It's going to be the best you ever.
And then like you leave the drive-thru and you like calling all your friends like, yo, Donald Trump just gave me my order with fries. Like nobody's gonna believe that, bro. Like, that's crazy.
I did it myself.
You're the best.
Shout out to Sugar Black said subscribe. We on our way to 100,000 subscribers. Yeah, if y'all can, that is the goal. You know, I've been at 60-some thousand subscribers for years. You know what I mean? Like, we need to get this channel, I think like over a year. Like, we need to get this channel like 100,000 subscribers. And, you know, I'm talking about everything, like entertainment, politics, everything like that. So if y'all can hit the like button, that's also important, because I think I may have used all my notifications if I'm not mistaken, right? Because I posted like 3 shorts. I did a live, you know, that live we did, I think it got around, let me see, y'all. Let me go to my YouTube, right? I think we did a live that got 302,000 views like an hour ago. You know, so shout out to y'all, man. That's y'all like hitting the like button, sharing the video, like all of that goes a long way. So when people tell y'all that, like if you got like a iOS device, like double tap on the screen. If you got a Google device, double tap on the screen, like that helps. You know, I thought that video we did, I mean, we was live for a while, y'all. But I thought that video we did, I guess it was a lot of information that we've shown that people do try to sanitize from the, you know, the internet or whatever. So maybe that is like helping. Also, y'all hitting the likes is helping. But I thought it would probably get like maybe like 15,000 views or something like that. 300 some thousand. It's crazy. You know what I mean? And this is just a channel, like this is y'all, bro. 302,000 views for that video an hour ago. Before that, 18,000 views. I did one that was 10,000 views. Another one, 251,000 views. 345,000 views. I did another one, 16,000 views. Another one, 435,000 views. 118,000 views. This is y'all, bro. Y'all getting tired of the same media not showing y'all what's really going on out here. So shout out to y'all. But Trump doing this, not to digress, is amazing. You know, because he's hitting the ground running, and you know when he's there, and he's going to be doing, you know what I mean, doing the orders in the drive-thru. He's talking to people, trying to get their perspective on what's been going on in their life, you know, which I think is dope.
That's it, order. Thank you, man. Thank you. Thank you. Have a good time. Have a good time. That's great, isn't it? How cute is it?
Car.
Okay, next car?
Yes, they get both bags.
You like them both at the same time?
Yes, that is right.
Hello, how are you? You're a good-looking guy. 45, 47. We love you. Come here, man.
Shout out to Chrissy. I've been seeing you in here for a while. Shout out to you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I will.
But no, this is an interesting one. Somebody said Trump 2024. Listen
This
to
man
this.
was fired from the Air Force for pointing out the...
He was
This man
fired from the Air Force. Listen to this and watch what Trump does.
Was fired from the Air Force for pointing out the corrupt system. So Trump gave him an even better offer.
My name is Matt Lohmeyer. I was an Air Force F-15 pilot, and I was a...
Yo, why they gotta have music with like every little thing, bro? Like everything is like music. Y'all gotta chill with this music because it forces me to have to stop the video and react and talk. But basically what's going on in this video, right? So he claims that... So he's upset with like the generals or whatever that's in the military. He ends up getting fired for exposing some things. So Trump offered him like a role like on the board. Like, hold on, let's listen to this.
Commander in your newly created U.S. Space Force. I am also
a commander in your newly created Space Force. Yo, I didn't know we had a Space Force. Did y'all know that? I didn't know that at all. That's wild.
first veteran of the Space Force because under the Biden-Harris regime, I was fired from my command.
Well, we might have to read this, bro. He said, pension for criticizing DE agents. Okay, in the military, those trainings are still divided our troops, and thank you for saying you would fire those woke generals. I bet, what? Yo, it's the music, bro. This music, I can't play it, huh?
You would fire those few woke generals who are a big problem.
They're gone.
Will you
Trump said, they're gone.
consider
That's why they don't like him.
establishing a special task force, office, or position to ensure that these monsters never return to the Defense Department?
Now watch what he says. Like after they say that, I gotta wait a second because they playing music. That's how it goes. You know, that's what, you know, and I get it, man. People want to add music to every little thing. It's part of like the copyright process because if you own like the rights to your music or whatever, somebody's posting whatever, you know, you can have control of the video. But all right, so let's listen to what Trump said.
You know what I'll do? I'm going to put you on that task force. I think it's good.
That's fire.
Going to do better than that.
That's fire. I like that. That's fire. Let's listen to it.
I think it's probably going to be Trump.
Trump? You're going to
Yeah.
be voting for Trump?
I would think so, yeah, probably.
All right. And can you tell us why you would be voting for Trump?
Yeah, definitely. So, like the things that the Democrats stand for isn't something that I personally agree with. I don't think that.
Yo, this is the worst nightmare of like a Kamala Trump and a like Obama. Somebody's just like, no, I'm voting the other side. I'm voting red.
Abortion is the most prevalent issue in the United States. I feel like what we need to focus on is the economy, and that's going to benefit people now in my age range, and it's going to affect the future. So I feel like what Trump stands for is more catered to what will actually benefit the economy.
So she's woke. Shout out to her. Oh, this is another one.
This all day. I wouldn't mind this job. I like this job. I think I might come back and do it again.
And then Big Good, he's a subscriber. I think he said the amount of celebs who have come out in support of Kamala after the Diddy takedown is wild. Yeah, we gonna get to that, bro. Like I gotta slow cook this video, bro. We gonna move into all of that because I got some videos to show y'all.
Thank you.
Look at that.
Mr.
Look at that. How are you?
Thank you, Mr. President.
Nice to see you.
You made it possible for ordinary people like us to meet you.
You're not ordinary.
I mean, thank you so much
You
for
are not
everything you're
ordinary.
doing.
I can see.
We pray for you, and you are the type of person we want to be the president.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
So nice. Thank you very much.
Bye.
Yeah, I took a bullet. That's right.
Thank you, Mr. President.
When you think about it, I guess that's right.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. I could do this all day. I wouldn't mind this job. I like this job. I think I might come back and do it again.
Thank you.
Yo, I think that's fire.
Look at that. Look at that. How are you?
Thank you, Mr. President.
Nice to see you.
And then listen to this lady.
Everybody.
Oh
look
my
at-
God! Oh
look
my
at the
God!
fake- Look at all the fake news over there.
She like, oh my God, oh my God. Yo.
A lot of fun here, everybody.
Oh
Look
my
at-
God! Oh
look
my
at the
God!
fake- Look at all the fake news over there.
Yo, did you hear? He said, look at all the fake news over there. Like he's still throwing shots at them, bro. Like look at all the fake news over there. Look at all the fake news over there. Shout out to Trump, bro.
Hello, everybody.
You can fake this,
And
right?
you know this is compliments of Trump, okay?
Yes, thank you.
Okay.
Mr. President, please don't let the United States become Brazil, my native Brazil.
We'll keep it
Please,
good.
Please, please.
We're gonna make it better than.
Please do not let the United States come my native Brazil. Like what?
A lot of fun here, everybody.
Oh
Look
my
at-
God! Oh
look
my
at the
God!
fake- Look at all the fake news over there. Hello, everybody.
Look at all the
You
fake
can
news.
fake this,
And
right?
you know this is compliments of Trump, okay?
Yes, thank you.
Okay.
Mr. President,
Yes.
please don't let the United States become Brazil, my native Brazil.
We'll keep it
Please,
good.
Please, please.
We're gonna make it better than ever, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. It's a
That's
pleasure, Mr.
Compliments
President.
of Trump.
Yes.
Have a good time.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, but you better actually vote for Trump, like, cause he just bought you some food. Stop playing.
Have a good time.
Thank
Nice
you.
to see
You
you.
too.
Bye,
Nice to
darling.
see you.
Yo, and these are just like videos that people are not gonna show y'all. Before we get into all the Usher Raymond, shout out to what's her name, Zendaya. I ended up posting a video of her. I think it got like 6.5 million views in 24 hours. Like shout out to her. But
All right, I don't know about you guys, but all my feed has right now is Donald Trump and Kamala Harris, and this is wild. So I'm a big Democrat for the last couple of years, and I am starting to see the light. I think I'm going to vote for Trump this time around. And the crazy part about this, I tell a couple of my friends, I tell a couple people on social media, I think I'm going to vote for Trump this time. The left is like crazy. And I don't know how it took me this long.
I hope you didn't have TDS. He might have had TDS, like believing everything that they say.
People on social media, I think I'm going to vote for Trump this time. The left is like crazy. And I don't know how it took me this long to figure out, but the left is like calling me names. They're belittling me. They're like bullying me. They're like literally bullying me into supporting Kamala Harris. And the more I look into it, the more I'm realizing, oh my God, Trump is, probably the candidate I'm going to vote for. And then I see on social media a lot of people that love and support Trump are just welcoming me with open arms. They're like, heck yeah, man, like, welcome aboard, like, love to have you. So I'm starting to think, like...
But this is, like, a common thing now. Somebody said, what is it? What's TDS? It's Trump derangement syndrome. So it's like people just blaming Trump for everything that's wrong in their lives, that's wrong in the world. Like, they're just saying, oh, Trump. Because they've been brainwashed by the fake news that's been putting all of these fake stories out on Trump. And what we've been doing on this channel, shout out to everybody that's got 5,700 views now. Please subscribe to the channel if you can, hit the like button. What we've been doing is kind of just uncovering what is really going on. So when they throw sound bites out there and try to like create narratives around the sound bites, oh, we gonna play the whole video. you know, and let people hear what's going on. And some people are kind of like waking up and opening their eyes of what's happening. And now we see there isn't such thing as fake news, right? And I think CNN, CBS, I think all of those, like MSNBC, my personal opinion, I feel like they're fake news, at least for me, you know, and they do things, they put these sound bites out and they just scare people. It's scare tactics. And you got to understand, he who holds the keys to the media has the power, you know, to control minds. So if you got to think about Fox, you know, the right has Fox News, right? That's pretty much it. I mean, you might have a couple other people, but that's pretty much it. The big news companies, it's a lot of left-wing media, and they just sitting here, and they've got like talk show hosts like Steve Colbert. They got all of that, bro. And they're just sitting there blaming Trump for everything that's wrong in the world, instead of criticizing the left for being in office for 4 years and not doing anything. They're still blaming Trump. So when you have all of these different media companies blaming him over and over and over again, people already have PTSD with the media. You know what I mean? Like, just been seeing like all of these crazy certain words I can't use on YouTube, but all of these crazy things is happening like all over the world. You know, you see that constantly when you watch news, and compound that with constantly going at Trump and saying something negative about him. Like, and then we've uncovered some things like in terms of, you know, what's the dude? Nelson Mandela wanted to come to, you know, get sanctuary. Trump like spent out of his own dime, like chartered a flight for him and his family to get to a safe area. Like, it's just like a lot of things like that. They never tell you with fake news. They're never going to know things like that. And that's an issue. So that compounding, you know, people are just like, Trump, like, we don't like Trump. It's the first thing they say. And like, when I talk to people in real life, like if politics comes up, they say, oh, I just don't like Trump. And I always say, why? Because, you know, people can be very, very, you know, super energized about their disdain for people. So you got to kind of watch how you talk to people. But I always ask them, like, why don't you like Trump? They're like, oh, what, you gonna vote for him? I'm like, I'm not saying that. I'm just like, why don't you like him? Like, he's racist. I'm like, okay, so what did he say that was racist? Like, you tell me? Like, oh, I know, I seen a clip somewhere, and they can't like, and I'm like, well, what do you think about Biden saying like, if you ain't black, if you don't vote for me? Like, what do you think about that? And they literally have nothing to say. Like, what do you think about Barack Obama shaming African Americans into voting for Kamala? Well, yeah, he should talk to them. Like, why? Like, wouldn't, if George W. Bush, if he would have sat there and saying that all white men need to like vote for Kamala, and vote for Trump and shame them, like, how would you feel about it? Or if let's just say the roles were low-key reversed, if George W. Bush was in a room shaming white women and saying that they need to vote for Trump, but y'all don't want to vote for Trump because he's a man, like, and just shaming them, like, y'all would be livid. George W. Bush, you don't hear nothing about him enough. But if he was to come out and say that, you would be out of your mind. Like, with the amount of, you know what I mean? Like, rage that would be like, if he said that. He'd be like, see, like, oh, look at Trump and look at it. Like, not even talking about all the time that he's denounced, you know, some uprisings and things like that. Like, he's denounced it. They're even running with the project, 2025? And Trump has said, like, no, that's not me. That's not what I'm doing. But then you've got the fake media and the fake news constantly putting that out. Not only do you have that, you've got Kamala Harris, which we don't even know who this lady is. We find out from this channel that she actually went to school in Canada. Her formative years were in Canada. How can she, like, understand what y'all are going through as American citizens? You see what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, like what struggle does she have? So, but you got her out here constantly going in on Trump and saying he's dangerous, and people don't even have the thought, like, you're not even thinking we've got multiple wars going on in the world right now under the Biden-Harris administration. That's literally happening right now. But with TDS, Trump derangement syndrome, you would think this happened under Trump. It's insane. So yeah, like, people are going to be super mad and, let you say you voting for Trump. Oh, they're going to be mad at you. They're going to have a lot to say. Let's listen to what he got to say. And I'm showing you videos on this channel, subscribe and share. I'm showing you videos of Kamala Harris saying that social media or Twitter needs to be taken down. She said that. I showed you a video of her saying it in the last live that we just did. But nobody's talking about that. They're just going to say Trump is dangerous. I literally, in the last live, just showed you video of Hillary Clinton saying that it's dangerous that social media is not censored because they're losing control. She said that 4 or 5 videos ago. I showed you a video of John Kerry saying the same thing, but they're saying that Trump is trying to censor people. And then we wonder why people have TDS, Trump derangement syndrome. Because of the narratives that's being ran by the fake news and these politicians that have something to gain. We showed you a video in the last live. It was of a mayor that just had an office redecorated with taxpayer money. $80,000 in redecoration for his wife. Taxpayer money. No Democrat is standing up and saying anything about that person. This happened in Chicago. We literally just ran through the video in the last live. There's a lot going on in the world, but they want to blame Trump for every little thing that's going on. It's crazy. Eric Adams, I mean, you see what's going on with him. They ain't even talking about that. Why? No light should be shined on the Democratic Party. Blame Trump for everything. They won't be the wiser. So yeah, like, people got TDS. And you got people that, they're being bullied by their peers, upset with them. We seeing people like almost getting into like having fisticuff situations with the people at the opposing rally, or like with the signs. You know what I mean? Like the picket sign, like the opposing people, the blue party, like getting physical with people. Like, we're seeing all of this, all because people want to vote for Trump. And they're so mad they don't even know why. Because Don Lemon is in their ear constantly, taking sound bites and manipulating the context and throwing it out there. And we've reacted to multiple videos of him doing it. But CNN is spending more marketing dollars. You know what I'm saying? Like, to be in your face with everything. So it's like, people get TDS, man. That's what TDS is. But shout out to you.
You guys, but all my feed has right now is Donald Trump and Kamala Harris, and this is wild. So I'm a big Democrat for the last couple of years, and I am starting to see the light. I think I'm going to vote for Trump this time around. And the crazy part about this, I tell a couple of my friends, I tell a couple people on social media, I think I'm going to vote for Trump this time. The left is like crazy. And I don't know how it took me this long to figure out, but the left is like calling me names. They're belittling me. They're like bullying me. They're like literally bullying me into supporting Kamala Harris. And the more I look into it, the more I'm realizing, oh my God, Trump is, probably the candidate I'm gonna vote for. And then I see on social media a lot of people that love and support Trump are just welcoming me with open arms. They're like, heck yeah, man, like, welcome aboard, like, love to have you. So I'm starting to think like the left has a really big problem. The Democrats have a really big problem. They're not using common sense anymore. And it's really just the party of like radicals. So I'm sorry, guys, but I'm on the Trump train 2024. There were no wars under Trump. Mortgages were low.
I bought my house under Trump. You're even seeing people like Caitlyn Jenner coming out and saying like, Kamala is a little bit too radical. Caitlyn Jenner saying like, I don't think it's right for biological men to be competing like in female sports and stuff. This is Caitlyn Jenner saying that. We watched the video of him saying it. Like it's like people from all walks of life, they are fed up, bro. They're like, no, we voted for Trump. That's what it is.
Cost of living was low. Gas prices were low. People could start up businesses. A lot of people had side gigs. You know, if you remember 2016 to 2020, people were having like side businesses. Now, inflation's high. We're in a war, it seems like, every other week.
Remember before the pandemic, too? Shout out to everybody, all the new subscribers in the chat. Remember in the before the pandemic, we had mom and pop stores. Remember that? Where are they? They couldn't survive like being shut down that long. Guess who ended up surviving? All the Walmarts, the Targets, the Best Buys. Don't y'all get tired of like going to the same like retailers all the time? Remember when people actually used to know about products? Like in those little mom and pop places? And now because there's little to no competition, like these big like retailers that are running it. Remember when Walmart had to stay open 24 hours a day? And remember, like, you might be chilling with your girl watching a movie. Let's go to Walmart, get some stacks before we watch a movie. This could be like 12, you know what I mean? 11, 12 at night if y'all staying up on a late night. Try doing it now. Everything's shut down. Because there's no mom and pop stores or nothing for competition. You have to come to us in the morning. Let's shut our doors. Competition is important. A lot of that is gone now. You know, so mortgage prices was lower. People like had side gigs, making more money, investments. People's investments was going up. All of that happening. Now, you know, stopping people now complaining about their stocks done gone down after the first 100 days of Trump's administration. This is you seen all of these complaints. People like, oh, I got an 800 credit score and my interest rate is still high. It was a point in time within this 4-year period. It was a couple, you know, a point in time where it didn't matter if you had an 800 credit score. Y'all remember? It just literally happened not too long ago. Trying to get a loan or something, you gotta have a problem. Now people gotta work multiple jobs. Then it was gas prices. Bro, they had high interest rates, high mortgage rates, which now people who can't even really afford to rent, who need to buy a house, they really can't afford to buy a house. This all happened under the Biden-Harris administration. None of that was happening when Trump, it was easier to buy a house. Reasonable interest rates. And like when people would get under my post on Twitter, they say, Harris and Biden had nothing to do with interest rates. And then I ran a video and a couple of lives ago showing the guy who was a Republican congressman that used to be on the budget committee, right? It was talking about Larry Summers gave a warning of, you know, them not to vote in the direction that Kamala Harris has voted to break the tie because it would cause mass inflation. She voted that way anyway, and it caused mass inflation. But they want to say this is all Trump's fault. They literally were just in office for 4 years. And when she's talking to Brett Baer on Fox News, she's saying, well, when he's talking about the border and everything, she said, well, if 9 months ago, if we could have did X, Y, and Z 9 months ago, we would have everything fixed. You had 4 years. What is 9 months? And then she tried to blame Trump. Well, because, you know, Trump was running for president. Like, what is you talking about, lady? That's why you get people like him. Like, they're starting to see just how insane voting blue has become.
The mortgages are through the roof. Nobody has time for side gigs. I mean, it's scary. So, sorry, you know, it took me this long to figure it out, but I think a lot of people are starting to figure it out. So, hey, let's go, baby.
People don't have time for side gigs. That's not a problem. Like, remember, like, you didn't have to work overtime. Like, you didn't have to do it. Now you considering doing it, or you might be doing it because you have to. People are trying to find jobs that are closer to where they live now because gas is an issue for some people. But what they do is they do it every election cycle. They start lowering the cost of gas. So you forget about it. And people are doing what? They're forgetting about it. How they're forgetting about it, I have no idea. When it was right in their faces.
Time for Lefties Losing It. Okay, let's start Lefties with Tempest. She's a charming young lady with this important message.
Hi, my name is...
Hold on, we can't. She playing music. She wilding.
Yes, that's quite profound there. Now to someone who was once mildly
gonna get into the Usher
funny, but sadly their brain, their spirit appears to have been broken by Trump derangement syndrome. This is alleged comic Stephen Colbert.
I know how numb we've become.
Bro, you got this guy. You might think, he's just a guy in a suit. Like, he doesn't matter. This guy is so left, it's unreal. His audience is massive. So when you have him dumping on Trump all the time, he's slowly brainwashing you. It's what's happening.
But it's not normal. No other candidate for the presidency has ever had to pause his campaign to defend himself in multiple courts. And I would like to point out that in all 7 of his cases, no one doubts that he did these things. We're just sitting around patiently.
No one doubts that he's did this thing. Like, how do you know what I'm thinking in my mind? Do you know what just, hold on, like somebody is doubting him right now. I think it was the appeals court that's having doubts about this whole Trump situation. And you know what ended up happening in the appeals court? The lawyers were worried about being sanctioned. So they couldn't even really argue their case against Trump. They were worried about being sanctioned. That's what ended up happening. But he'll sit here and tell nobody can, think that, Trump is innocent. And no, like, he'll go on and say that over and over and over and over again, slowly brainwashing his audience. He is like television programming. He is programming y'all. And you will think everything is just going smoothly and nobody has a second thought about what happened with the trials of Trump. That's what you will think. But I'm about to look up a video, right? And I got it like in my likes, you know what I mean? And I'm looking it up. It's coming up soon. And this guy, he ended up like reviewing the hearing of what happened. And y'all won't believe this. It seemed like the people were worried about possibly being sanctioned. But you will have Steve, this is it right here. But you will have Steve Colbert sit here. No one thinks anything different. Listen to him.
7 of his cases, no one doubts that he did these things.
All right, listen to this.
Went before the appellate court this week. And by the time it was over, the closing arguments of the Democrat lawyers was just them begging to not get sanctioned. So look, many people aren't aware that the Trump fraud case went before the appeals court this week.
Let's run it back.
So the Trump fraud case went before the appellate court this week. And by the time it was over, the closing arguments of the Democrat lawyers was just them begging to not get sanctioned. So look, many people aren't aware that the Trump fraud case went before the appeals court this week. And if you don't know how an appeals court works, there are 5 judges that sit in judgment for these cases. And they basically let the prosecution and the defense both lay out their cases. And their job is to consider whether or not the case was worth hearing in the first place. And it went so badly for the Democrat lawyers that by the end of it, their closing arguments was just them begging to not get sanctioned. So they argued a ton of different things throughout this case. But the biggest thing was the judges kept interrupting them. They kept saying, hold on. Can you find me one other time in history where the person who took the loan was able to call the bank that they took the loan from, and then that bank showed up and said, we weren't defrauded? And the lawyers spent like 2 hours trying to find one little instance where it happened. But then the judges said, okay, let's try something else. They said, hey, have you ever prosecuted someone for lying about the value of a property when it resulted in the entire loan being paid back with interest? And again, they gave them like 2 hours to try to explain their case, and they still couldn't produce a single case where that had happened. And then the judges said, hey, you know what? We'll give you another shot. They said, have you ever seen an attorney general prosecute a case where there was no damage to the public, there was no damage to the person you said was defrauded, and there was no actual malice committed by the person who took the loan? And then they took another like 6 hours on that one. And by the end of it, the judges were like, so you don't have any instance of that happening? And then by the time they were done, the judges were like, I don't even know if this is a case that should have been brought. And they said, look, y'all might need to be sanctioned for bringing this case in a malicious manner. One of the judges actually said, I have come to believe that since a case like this has never been brought in the history of the country, not only New York, that you have only brought this case because the person was running for president, which would put you afoul of not only multiple regulations regarding the law, but would also run you afoul of electioneering interference. In fact, at the end of it, when they got to give their closing arguments, instead of arguing the value of their case, instead of arguing that like we should have been able to bring this case because of X and Y and all this shit, they actually just said at the end, we hope that the court will take into account that lawyers need to be able to bring cases like this without the threat of sanction. Basically, they were saying, we hope that you decide that we're not going to get in trouble for bringing this bullshit case.
He's starting to cuss, so I can't play all of it.
We're just sitting around.
But you got this guy brainwashing everybody. He's all up in the camera.
No other candidate for the presidency has ever had to pause his campaign to defend himself in multiple courts. And I would like to point out that in all 7 of his cases, no one doubts that he did these things. We're just sitting around patiently waiting to find out if the wheels of justice will grind fast enough for there to be any consequences. And the media is covering it like it's any other political story, like it's all horse race.
About as funny as an ingrown toenail and about as useful. And by the way, Stephen, if you think no one doubts he did all these things, then your circle is pitifully small. There's a reason why he's leading in the polls. Now, I want to bring you a blast from the past now. This is a classic Lefties losing it. Watch this woman lose it and order a street preacher to leave the gayborhood.
This is the neighborhood, and you are not welcome.
That's why I need to be here.
Wait a minute. No, hold on, bro. Hold on for a minute. Look.
Preacher to leave the gayborhood.
This is the neighborhood, and you are not welcome.
That's why I need to be here. You need Jesus, ma'am.
I don't think Jesus can save her, folks. I would love to hear more from her, though.
No, that's irrational. What you're doing is irrational.
It is the most rational thing I've done.
You should love the
I wonder who she's voting for, folks. Do we have to rewind this?
This woman lose it and order a street preacher to leave the gayborhood.
This is the neighborhood, and you are not welcome.
That's why I need to be here. You need Jesus, ma'am.
I don't think Jesus can save her, folks. I would love to hear more from her, though.
No, that's irrational. What you're doing is irrational.
It is the most rational thing I've done.
You should love the proclamation of the truth of God's word.
That went on for about another 4 minutes, just shrieking. That's what the left consider a rational argument. Now let's go to the city of North Las Vegas, where the mayor is promoting a fair to showcase local businesses, but only if the owners are black. White folk need not apply.
I'm Mayor Pamela Goins-Brown. As part of our Black History Month celebration, I'd like to invite the community out to our Black-owned business fair on Saturday, February 24th. We will have a DJ, live music, venue.
I can't. That's ridiculous. They're playing music, so I can't do that. That's crazy. Yeah, that screaming was crazy, Didn't he just do The View? I don't, I don't want to get that deep into politics. I don't want to get. Shut up. I think Devori got the video. Hold on. Y'all remember this?
Too.
Let me show y'all this. He might have it. Yeah, shout out to Devori. I think he might have it.
No choice. Okay. And then what? A couple weeks later, Diddy was indicted and Usher happened to wipe his entire Twitter feed of anything that had to do with Diddy. And now we're what, about a month since then, and you're out here campaigning for Kamala Harris? I don't know. Maybe there's something there. Maybe there isn't. I just find the irony to be very funny.
I think that behooves artists to come out and speak for Kamala against Donald Trump, because he is an existential threat to the country. What do you say to that?
You know what? I don't get too deep into politics. I think voting is an individual choice.
Breaking news tonight, Sean Diddy Combs has been arrested in a Manhattan hotel.
I'm supporting Vice President Harris because she fights. I love you more, but let me make certain that I'm talking to all my AT aliens out here. We ready.
What did they say they were gonna do to you, Usher? Ever since Diddy got locked, you've been acting strange. What did they? We ready. What did they say they gonna do to you, Usher? Wait a minute. He got up there quick. He's the old hymns. We ready. Raymond, what is going on, bruh? What did they call you and say, bruh?
Let me make certain that I'm talking to all my AT aliens out here. We ready. y'all want to keep going? You know, no.
Through our PR.
Bro, like, it's a lot tied into this Diddy. We don't know what's going on. All I know,
their media mogul Sean Diddy Combs.
Everybody's like paying attention to this, Usher. I seen like everybody was atting you, wondering why you taking like all these pictures with Diddy. I'm just saying, they was on you, Usher. So like people wondering like whether or not Diddy's gonna roll. Y'all like greasy hanging out together. Like, what is the wait a minute? So people wondering, bro, like, what's the connection? Kim Porter book came out, alleging a young star. I don't know, man. Some people think it was Justin Bieber. Some people think it was Usher. I don't know. I don't know, man. Y'all seem like y'all real cool. Somebody hit you like, Usher, we need you now.
All my AT aliens out here. We ready. What? Oh, yes.
What happened to Farnsworth Bentley, Usher? I don't know, man. I'm just saying. Out of nowhere, like he literally just said he doesn't get that deep into politics, and then he comes out and he does this. And the women are not gonna call him out about it, obviously. He's just gonna sit there and smile. So he ain't gotta be brought up on that Diddy stuff. Is that what it is, Usher? You don't want to get brought up on that Diddy stuff?
Yes.
So that's what it is?
Oh, y'all want to keep going?
Yo, they are using Usher, bro.
Federal racketeering and sex trafficking charges. There is this renewed interest in all aspects of his life, all the people in his life. And that includes, of course, Kim Porter, Combs' ex-girlfriend, who tragically died in her Los Angeles home back in November of 2018. Officers reportedly found the 47-year-old unresponsive. She was pronounced dead. Now, initially, an autopsy was performed on Porter the next day. And according to the Los Angeles County Medical Examiner's Office, the cause of death was deferred pending additional tests. But then you fast forward to January 2019, and the office then concludes that she died of lobar pneumonia. So the manner of death was listed as natural as opposed to something like homicide. And she'd apparently gone into cardiac arrest. Now, it was reported that she had been battling flu-like symptoms in the days leading up to her death, that there were water bottles, sports drinks, Pedialyte. They were found in her bedroom days after her.
And then Benjamin Evans said, don't forget that the Republicans control so much of the House at this moment. He's a subscriber. Shout out to subscribing. Miles Frazier said, it is a little too late for all that now. All that stuff's failing. Bro, she like, I would be like, if I was white, bro, I would not be happy about all that. I would be like, bro, like, so what? Y'all trying y'all hardest to pander to black people, like y'all don't care about us? Like, I would be like, kind of like questioning a lot of things. Like, yo, y'all Democrats is kind of bugging out here right now, bro. Like, y'all don't care about us at all. This lady sitting up here making up. I'll be like, if I was Indian, I would be a little bit mad too. I ain't gonna even lie, bro. I'm be like, dang, you was just Indian like a week ago. Nice. Kamala, like, what is this?
You know, normally I'm up here to entertain, but today was something far, far more significant for Atlanta.
Kamala Harris's campaign is in tatters after consecutive weeks of disastrous gaffes, stumbles and mumbles out on the campaign trail. Sky News All-Stars James Morrow, Joe Hildebrand and Danica DiGiorgio take a look.
It's crazy, man. It's...
The President of the United States must set a standard, not only for our nation, but understanding the standard that we as a nation must set for the world. You know, we as representing the United States of America walk into rooms around the world.
Yeah, I'm doing this for Atlanta. Sugar Black, I see you. I'm doing this for Atlanta. Usher said, like, what?
With the...
Crazy.
So former President Trump did two things today that was epic. Number one, he trolled Kamala at a McDonald's up in Feasterville, Pennsylvania. It's like North Philadelphia. And then also became the first presidential nominee or president to actually work a McDonald's drive-thru, which you guys are going to enjoy the clips. Okay. Now, at the same time, today was Kamala's birthday. She also pulled her own stunt.
Her birthday is today.
By attending a black church, I guess, to get more black votes. And a new interview from her and Harris-Sharpton did drop today, so we're going to take a look at that. Let's just start.
Well, you know, if he can look at it, it'd be good, because a lot of times when the Democrats control the interviews with Kamala Harris, like Charlamagne the God, it's copyright protected to where you can't even, like, react to it. Like, I did one, and it's still, like, sitting in members only. Like, I can't even, like, release it. What do I got to wait, like, 30 days, Charlamagne the God? Is that what the iHeart thing is? So if he's able to react to this, dope.
Start with Donald Trump. Can we?
So the press wants to see this. Well, he's a wealthy guy. He owns a lot of McDonald's. That's great. Thank you. Okay. Put him in standing up, right?
Correct.
Go, Joe. You're an expert at this, huh? How long have you done this? How long have you been?
Have y'all seen Kamala Harris do this? She says she worked there, but there's no record of her doing it. I don't know. Kamala be so cat, bro. Like, I don't know, man.
I've been working with McDonald's 10 plus.
10 plus? Yeah. All different jobs? She doing a good job?
Does an excellent job.
She better, right?
Does an excellent job.
She's beautiful. Let's go. Have a good time. Thank you. It's cute. This is fun. I could do this all day. I wouldn't mind this job. I like this job. I think I might come back.
Hit the like button, Doug. Like, stop playing with me up here. We're trying to get to 100,000 subscribers. This video got 71,000 views on it right now. Why are we still at I can't even remember the subscribers. It ain't 100,000. Wait a minute. 86,936. Y'all trying to play with me? Hit the subscribe button. Everybody got millions, hundreds of thousands of subscribers. It's okay for a black man to get 100,000. Help me. Help me. I'm trying to talk. Help a brother out. The government won't help me at all. Help a brother out. Wait a minute. Hit the like button. Share the video. Subscribe. It means something. Y'all trying to play with me? You want me to come through this mother screen? Wait a minute.
I can do it again.
Thank you.
Look at that. Look at that. How are you?
Thank you, Mr. President.
Nice to see you.
You made it possible for ordinary people like us to meet.
You're not ordinary.
I mean, thank you so much.
You are not ordinary.
Oh, he sound like he out of touch, right? Right? He said, you're not ordinary. That seemed like he kind of in touch. Seemed like he cares about citizens to me. That's what that seemed like. When is the last time you seen Usher at a McDonald's? Kamala Harris at a McDonald's? Lizzo at a McDonald's?
I can see. We pray for you, and you are the type of person we want to be the president.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
So nice.
All right, so we have to be honest.
Yo, a subscriber said that I'll subscribe when you start making sense. Bro, Joseph, you're not making sense. You're subscribed. I could see that you're subscribed on here. You're not making sense, bro. Like, troll a different way, bro. You could troll, it's cool, but troll a different way.
We know who Donald Trump is. He's the master at entertainment. And obviously he was enjoying it. And I think he did a great job of pulling this off. Now, there's going to be people who go on social media and say, well, this was a stunt. The McDonald's was closed. Duh. Why would the McDonald's be actually open? I mean, that means no one could actually get there. Okay?
All right, my bad. I see everybody in the comments. Y'all is mad. They said Lizzo is always at McDonald's. They said it, not me. These mean people, my comment section, they being mean. Lizzo, like, I want to congratulate you on your journey. My comment section be wilding sometimes. What you been doing, you know what I mean? I don't agree with you doing that. You know what I mean?
Okay,
but y'all chill out. Comment section, chill out, bro. Y'all kind of wilding.
They're gonna have to vet it. This guy he survived 2 assassination attempts. So can we stop it? All right, we know what's happening here. Okay, we know that Kamala lied about working at McDonald's.
There isn't any proof so far, and she just started saying this, like, you know, I'd say within the last 2 years, maybe less. And that's what Donald Trump is saying. Where was this on your resume 20 years ago? Because there is no hard proof that she ever worked at McDonald's.
And so this is part of it.
Well, you know what we found out? We found out a lot of stuff about her. We found out she went to school in Canada. We don't know her.
The campaign to not only one-up her, but to actually turn it into a meme and a troll. And he did a great job of it.
This is such a smart play, I think, by the Trump campaign. Whether Kamala Harris worked at McDonald's or not, I would guess she probably did. It doesn't really matter. He's decided to troll her on this. And the fact that he got to a McDonald's French fry fryer before she did, and sort of in a humanizing, humorous way, was able to have one of the greatest presidential photo ops I can remember. Just in terms of entertainment value, we hear a lot about joy on the campaign. He seemed to be genuinely enjoying himself today.
As much as the media wants you to believe that he is heartless and he has no humility and no class, hear the last question they asked him before everything wrapped up.
So, yes, ma'am.
Today's Kamala's birthday.
It's Kamala's birthday?
She's turning.
Why are you coming up to Trump talking about today is Kamala's birthday? What is this lady on, bro?
60 years old?
Do you want to say anything?
Yes, I would say happy birthday, Kamala. She's turning 60.
Did you get her some fries?
I think I'll get her some flowers.
Why not to beat her
Maybe
again?
I'll get her some fries. You're right, that might be. I'll give her some McDonald's. I'll get her a McDonald's hamburger.
Thank you.
No, it is her birthday. It is true, right? Happy birthday, Kamala. Happy birthday. See you later. Bye. Thank you, everybody.
Mr. Trump, thank you very much.
Wait, hold up. Lizzo don't even live in Detroit? Hold up, bro. Lizzo! She said, oh, well, Kamala wants to make every place like Detroit. Bro, I don't want to live in Detroit. Like, have you lost your mind? Like, Detroit is like one. I don't want to live there. I don't want to have nothing to do with Detroit like that. I'll go through it. Like, I don't, like, she is wild, bro. So it says, you do not live in Detroit. You are in LA. Whoa.
I'm so happy to be back in Detroit.
And then shout out to Vinny Cocoa Puff with the $4.99 donation. He said he knew it was her birthday.
You know, all the best things were made in Detroit. Coney Dogs, Faygo, and Lizzo. I'm so proud to be from this city. You know, they say if Kamala wins, then the whole country will be like Detroit. Detroit, resilient like Detroit. We're talking about the same Detroit that innovated the auto industry and the music industry. So put some respect on Detroit's name, okay?
You know what's... Y'all stop saying Lizzo is at McDonald's. Y'all stop! Chat, stop. Be nice. She's shut out.
So interesting about these people is that I wonder if it's so great, which it is from my perspective because I live here, then why don't you? Why is it that they think that they can parade out a bunch of celebrities in front of us, similar to Meg Thee Stallion? They just remixing it a little bit. They put a suit on her, they put a cross chain on her, and they brought her out here. And they think that we're supposed to be impressed with celebrities, when in reality, if you really deep dive into it enough, you'll realize they not even really from here. You know why? Because they may have been born here, but if you spent the majority of your adult life somewhere else, then what does that really mean? Because you don't really know the culture. You know the slang. You could say the what up those. You can name the different companies that's from here, like the Fagos and the Motowns. But if you really want to think about it and you put it in perspective, let's take Motown, for example. How long are we going to live in the past? And
Trump's Bone Spurs is in here trolling. Lily said Lizzo ain't had a banger song in a minute. She had to go get Kamala to pay her. Oh, okay. Let's see when the last time she had a hit. Hold on. (2022). And she had Special in 2023. Oh, it's been a minute. Oh, it's been a minute, Lizzo, but you know a lot of voters don't really be remembering a lot of stuff, you know what I mean, on the Blue Party. A lot of times they can't remember high gas prices, they can't remember anything. So it's going to be hard for them to remember this.
Instead of focusing on how we can be as innovative as we can in the future. And let's be clear. I chose to...
Yo, the fire spitter said, Lizzo saying all of America needs to be Detroit. Laughing at that, yo.
Stay here. At a time where I was basically exploding in social media, and I had the option to be able to live anywhere that I wanted to, and I actually went and lived in Miami for like 4 or 5...
Shout out to him. Subscribe to him, Anton Daniels. He's got some good videos on here. He's got 439,000 subscribers, so subscribe to him. He don't need me saying it.
I hate to say that.
All right. So black men are at fault if Kamala Harris lose. Women are growing visibly angry at our Trump support.
But if we end up in a dictatorship, and if I end up not having a choice with my body, and if police end up
Why do people keep saying they don't have a choice with their body? I don't understand. Like that whole Roe v. Wade, like just go to a state that allows that. Like, how do you not have a choice? Why do you want like the federal like just go to a state that allows it? Trump gave the states the power back. Like, what do people not understand? Oh, you know what it is? It's just a lot of people around her saying, oh, he's trying to tell you what to do with your body. And that's what it is, bro. She probably don't even know.
Having full immunity.
If you really want to just have that done, go to a state that'll allow it. You got a lot of states in America.
If they decide to take black books out of the education system or get rid.
She thinks they're going to take black books out of the education system. This lady has lost it. Lefties are losing it. And then they give you them eyes look, she giving her, this is the, I'm about to talk back to my man eyes. That's what this is. Like, you better, like, nah, bro.
Rid of the complete education system. That's going to be black men's fault. It's going to be black men's fault because of their dire hate for black women, especially Kamala.
No, this lady is not, y'all. No, she is not. She is wild.
I'm not saying I love her, but she ain't Trump. Okay.
Specialist K said, laugh my A word off. Glad one boy knows what's up. Hey, Anton know what's up. You said with the making female bathroom stuff they buck.
It's gonna be y'all. Y'all gonna fuck it up. I've had too many conversations where there's absolutely no real data or real policy talk or real stats. Oh, he's a businessman. If that is the only fucking thing you have to
Look at that mouth. Like, is that the only effing thing? Like, bruh. She's so emotional, she can't even put together a sentence without using those bad words. It's ridiculous, man.
say after I just named all of that shit.
I'm not listening to her.
Even matter that people loved Trump way before he became president of the United States of America. Then all of a sudden they said that he was racist. Neither here nor there. We'll get there. Let's go by line by line. Let's start all the way over. And let's address each and individual point.
Garrett Marshall said these people can vote. Unfortunately, people who can think like her, they can.
And break down why.
Philip Drummond said, wow, I can't believe this. Yeah, I can't believe it. I can't believe she... And, you know, she probably, anybody in her household, she bullying. Anybody that she knows, she probably bullying. They're probably scared to tell her what they think.
Why men don't follow women. Why God said that it's a hierarchy and God over man, man over woman, woman over child. And why women need to get on board instead of it being the other way around. But we're going to get there. Before we get there, I always like to give credit to the content creator. So make sure that y'all support the content creator by tapping on their profile if you want to follow them, if you want to rock out with them, if you think that they're great. They create great content. Be my guest, do so. And regardless of whether I agree with them or not, I always support my content creators. Secondly, I would love for you guys to make sure you tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description. Third, teach Hanley 40% off your first order. Women to anything, especially when it comes to leading their household and who they're going to vote for the president of the United States of America.
Yo, she actually did an interview with Al-Sharpton. Of course. Let's listen.
Can I say something before they record?
Yeah, read.
I think they cuss a lot.
Al-Sharpton.
The President of the United States must set a standard, not only for our nation, but understanding the standard that we as a nation must set for the world. You know, we as representing the United States of America walk into rooms around the world with the earned and self-appointed authority to talk about the importance of democracy, rule of law, and have been thought of as a role model, imperfect though we may be, but a role model of what it means to be committed to certain standards, including international rules and norms, but also standards of decorum. The President of the United States must set a standard.
What the hell does she be talking about?
She just pointed out the obvious.
The United States
word
salad
standard
caption.
Yo, that's interesting. Like, young voters like that are kind of like seeing through her. Their Cartier family, 1.2 million subscribers. Shout out to them. Yo, hey, subscribe to me. Stop playing with me, Thug Life. What y'all doing, man? Y'all don't like me?
Not only for the United States, but for the whole world. I bet no one knows she grew up a middle class kid.
Hold on.
No one knows.
Was it Al Sharpton did business with Trump and Trump helped him out with business? That's what makes me crazy.
Al Sharpton is a grifting race baiter. He is the number one grifter.
He is.
In America.
That's the only reason he exists is to race bait.
Then he tried to call Trump racist and he did business.
Byron with the Byron, that pissed me off. Look how fat he used to be. Wow. Fat tub.
Yo, chill, bro. Shout out to Roro's Gaming said I'm subscribed, sir. Appreciate you. Guru said slur is hard.
Be Lord. Al Sharpton has been. Hey, can you read that aloud for us, Saul? Al Sharpton.
Read that out loud?
No, just playing.
Hell no. But I mean, I can, but
popcorn reading.
But
come on, guys, get through a couple sentences. Come on, guys, you guys can do it.
I just can't believe him and Whoopi Goldberg. Like, these people are just, man. I don't know how much money it would take you to do something like this, bro.
We got 101,000 views on this video. Shout out to y'all. Hit the subscribe button if y'all can.
Look what that money make a do.
Like, wow.
Sorry, man. I ain't had to say that, y'all. Sorry for my language.
Like, when when you call someone Hitler, you're saying they deserve to die, basically. Is that not the same rhetoric?
It is. Yeah.
Just making sure.
I've known you a long time, and I know you have thick skin, but I'm not asking you as a person because I know you're used to that. But what does it do, in your opinion, to the standards we're setting for our young people all over the country when we're using this kind of locker room street talk about an opponent for president of the United States?
So the American people deserve so much better. That's how I come at it.
You're in office.
And to your point, the president of the...
Yo, y'all seen this Harris-Sharpton selfie? Hold on. What is he doing, bruh? Yo, look. Harris-Sharpton, what is you doing, man? That is crazy. Yo, bruh. He be taking, like, he look like a little chicken lady. Trying to take a Wait a minute. Harris-Sharpton, bruh. Nah, man. He be bugging. Let me chill, man.
The United States must set a standard, not only for our nation.
Somebody said, hold on, somebody said, somebody said he looks like a kid wearing a mask. Yo, what the heck, bro? Nah, man.
That's how I come at it.
You're in office.
And to your point, the president of the United States must set a standard.
Yo, she is tired. She is tired. Must set a standard. Like, she's so tired of saying the same thing over and over again.
Not only for our nation, but understanding the standard that we as a nation must set for the world. You know, we as represent.
You see what I'm saying? They even picking up on it. Like, didn't we just listen to? Like, she's been. Let me show y'all this, bro. I know some of y'all know this. I played this for some of y'all, but it's a whole lot of new people in here. Like, look, like she's a robot. Like, look at this. Should never again stand behind
the United States of America walk into rooms around the world.
Shout out, y'all. We got 87,000. We getting closer to 100,000 subscribers. We got 17,468 subscribers in 12 days. So shout out to y'all.
Like, that's just so obvious. I'm sorry we were listening to that bullshit.
He had to do it. These public schools. These public schools. I just wanted to get their reaction to it. Let me see if I can go to MSNBC and just MSNBC, Kamala, fake news, 5 hours. Oh, this is, yeah, they might try to pull this down. They fake. Let me see. MSNBC, Kamala Harris interview. Cause them dudes, man, they gonna keep saying bad words, bro. All right, full interview. Let's fast forward it. Bro, like, I cannot. Hey, chat. Let me holler at y'all real quick. It's 100,000 people who let me holler at y'all. I used to say bad words, right? I don't know if it's because I'm getting older. Like, I mean, if I'm listening to a song like, you know what I mean, The Real Boss Man, Rich, or, you know what I'm saying, Tupac, whatever, I'm going to say a bad word. It just is what I'm rolling like, Thug Life, right? But when you're just having like a regular conversation and you just letting them fly, like the bad words, it's like really? Like if it's on something like YouTube, right? Because I'll be at, you know what I mean, like I might, hold on. I mean, they be watching me anyway. I'll be at work and I'll be trying to like catch certain things on YouTube, and I'll be trying to turn, you know, you try to turn the volume up, then somebody say a bad word, you turn the volume down so they can't. It's like, I don't know, bro. I don't know if I'm just getting old, bro. Like, it's the bad words, bro. Somebody said Al Sharpton looking like a doll off Tales from the Hood. And then Lil May said, you're right. And then Trump's spokesperson, Trump crowd size couldn't fill a high school gymnasium, bro. You are really trolling now. Like, if you think Kamala can pack more people in the audience than Trump, you crazy. Like, his rallies are far outweighing hers. She gotta have Lizzo and Usher there to get anybody there. Bro, I seen, oh, y'all ain't gonna believe this, bro. We gonna get back to it. I seen it, right? I don't think I saved it. It's this guy was like at her rally and she was there for 7 minutes and got off stage. 7 minutes and then got off stage. Like, what kind of I would be mad if I was at her rally, bro.
To draw contrast and mobilize her supporters.
Yo, you see what they trying to do? They're trying to play music so they can pull it down.
How would you move toward a ceasefire? What do you think the United States should be doing?
So first of all, look, it's going to be hard. It's going to be difficult, but we have got to get this war over with. We got to get the hostages out. We need the war to end. In fact, we're sending Tony Blinken, Secretary of State, out.
Yo, I got her sped up and she's still talking slow.
Out next week to go and meet with the parties there. And the death of Sinwar, I believe, has removed an obstacle to that end. And so we've got to work at it, and we've got to work at it through diplomatic means, and that's what we intend to do. But listen, the reality of it is that the difficulty of it all is not new to any administration in recent history. And it cannot be the reason that we don't work at it around the clock and be vigilant. And that's what we're going to do.
What did y'all think about them having her come out to announce that Sinwar is no longer alive? Not having Biden do it, but having her do it. Like, don't you think that's like mind manipulation to make people think she's already in charge? Let me see.
And I think it's very important that that's what we do.
And balance. I mean, I remember in Selma, you made very strong statements about civilians being killed on both sides. And you stood up strongly on that. And I think that's a concern in all communities.
Well, I mean, listen,
he's guiding her. I don't even want to watch this, bro. Like, what y'all like guided interviews? Like the interview that she did with Charlemagne the God and this, like, this is guided. This is not, they're not asking her any serious questions. It's like you did this and like you did that and like you did. This is fake. This is fake news, bro. And she got the earrings in. Wait a minute. She got the earrings in, y'all.
the number of innocent Palestinians that have been killed in Gaza, it's really unconscionable. And we have to be honest about that. And at the same time, listen, I will always stand in terms of Israel's right to defend itself.
Let me show y'all this. Some earrings, bro.
We really got to watch those areas and those communities. So it.
And we need this war to end.
We're in about a little over 2 weeks to the.
We need the war to end. Why hasn't it ended under your administration? Like, what have you done? What have you done in 4 years to ensure that the war can end? And you're sitting across from it. Like, this whole thing is like giving me like the heebie-jeebies, bro. Like, she's sitting across from one of the biggest like race baiters. That's how he is relevant and he's made his money. How much is he worth, bro, race baiting? I'm curious. See how much he's worth. 500,000. Somebody says 5 million. 5 million off race baiting.
The election.
Yes.
I have to ask you about your opponent. He used a very ugly term about you last night.
How he used a very ugly term? Like, how is this even? Like, come on, bruh. This is fake. Brett Bear, like, this is fake, bro. She got smoked in that interview, and they like, let me put her next to somebody that's gonna guide her, and she don't really have to think too much. She's even on Univision with a teleprompter, answering questions at a town hall. She didn't already have the questions, allegedly. But this is ridiculous.
Using the S word as vice president. And how do you react to this kind of street talk from someone who wants to be president again, that was president?
Yeah. Y'all, hey, y'all remember when Donald Trump, I think it was like yesterday or something like that, he said that she is a S-word vice president. He said that at one of his rallies. So she heard it. So him breaking that So him bringing that up is hilarious, bro.
President. And how do you react to this kind of street talk?
You see her face like yo
about your opponent. He used a very ugly term about you last night, using the S word as vice president. And how do you react to this kind of street talk from someone who wants to be president again, that was president? I've known you a long time, and I know you have thick skin, but I'm not asking you as a person, because I know you're used to that. But what does it do, in your opinion, to the standards we're setting for our young?
You see how he's like painting a narrative? This is supposed to be an interviewer to allow her to, you know, have her case for the American people as to why she's qualified. And he's sitting up here setting up every question to make Donald Trump look as bad as he possibly can, to further try to give the American citizens the TDS syndrome.
People all over the country when we're using this
Trump derangement syndrome
kind of locker room street talk about an opponent for president of the United States.
So the American people deserve so much better. That's how I come at it. And to your point, the president of the United States must set a standard, not only for our nation, but understanding the standard that we as a nation must set for the world. You know, we as representing the United States of America walk into rooms around the world with the earned and self-appointed authority to talk about the importance of democracy, rule of law, and have been thought of as a role model, imperfect though we may be, but a role model of what it means to be committed to certain standards.
People around the world don't like the United States. They think we're dumb. Education system, they think this country is just giving us money and we don't have to do anything. Like, they think we're silly. We open our borders and like they don't like. So what? We have to set the standard. Him saying the S word is so bad. People all around the world, when we walk in the rooms, they got to see that we set the standard. No, they need to see somebody got a powerful. He walk in the room, he might say, you a S-word president. Vladimir Putin, I think the way you running your presidency is a show. You already had him in check.
Including international.
But she can't handle a little bad language.
Rules and norms, but also standards of decorum. And what you see in my opponent, a former president of the United States, really is, it demeans the office. And I have said, and I'm very clear about this, Donald Trump should never again stand behind the seal of the President of the United States. He has not earned the right. He's not.
He was literally the president, but he has not earned the right. Earned the right to what, Kamala?
Not earned the right. And that's why he's going to lose.
Earn the right to... Earn the right to be he was president already. Let's hear how Al Sharpton sets this one up for her. Y'all think he's going to just play this question fair, or he's going to try to set it up again?
I remember 1972. I was 17, going on 18. I worked as youth director for Shirley Chisholm's campaign for president. And I was stunned that some of the backlash she got were from black elected male officials saying they didn't want to support a woman. They went with other candidates. I think it was George McGovern. And I hear these people talk about black men that are pulling away from your campaign, though I've not seen any real...
What you mean you haven't seen it? Obama sees it. Me! Hey! I'm pulling away from the party. I'm red, thug life. We are like, bro, you know, Devori, everybody. We're pulling away from that party right now. It's happening. It's happening.
Evidence of that. Do you think some of the resistance...
He said he don't see any evidence of that. Oh, my God. He don't see any evidence.
Between George Orwell's 1984 character and Manuel is fed lies and pushed to direct all of their anger towards this.
She's one that pulled away from the party. You don't see this? Al Sharpton? Chicago is pulling away from the party.
We flipping Chicago red. We flipping Chicago red. We flipping Chicago. What we doing, Ms. Jackson?
Flipping Chicago red. Trump 2024. Trump 2024. Donnie baby.
Very clear. Black men aren't walking away from the Democrat Party because they're in their feelings. They're not walking away from the Democrat Party because they're somehow misinformed and they're being fooled. Black men have always been invisible in the Democrat Party. They've always been invisible in white liberal, white progressive spaces. We know this.
We all see this, but
what black men have done is they have simply identified that the politics of the so-called political left in the United States does not serve them, and by extension does not serve the black family or our black communities. So what we are doing is we are making a logical decision. I know it's very easy to try to scapegoat black men as being somehow emotional, because typically Democrats can only understand masculinity through this lens of emotionalism. And one of the reasons why I think they view masculinity through this lens of emotionalism is feminism. This view of life through an adversarial lens as it pertains to masculinity. They look at anything masculine as being something toxic or something that is dangerous. And that is this, it's an extreme investment into feelings. Masculine men don't really care so much about feelings. We care about the facts. And when you're dealing with the Democrat Party, you'll notice that most of the men who are Democrats, they tend to broker in feelings. They tend to be beta males. And so this heavy investment into this notion that somehow black men are walking away from the Democrat Party in protest, I think that's where you guys are really getting it wrong.
I mean, it's like a lot of people that kind of turn away.
Look at how much money we've spent on this conflict, and they're asking themselves, my roads are crumbling, my schools suck, we just had major disasters across the country, FEMA doesn't have enough money allocated.
By the way, I don't live in that country.
For a lot of
I don't
people.
live in that country, by the way. America's not that horrible.
Brian, if you get out of New York and talk to regular people.
I don't live in New York.
No,
I live in a normal city, in a normal town.
With all
My roads are not, I love New York, but my roads are not crumbling. My schools don't.
He lives in New York, but he can't see how bad those roads are. Yo, what?
We all love America just like.
Oh man, he can't see black people wanting to vote Republican. He can't see it.
This is unintelligent. I think the appropriate way to look at her in answering those questions is this: that she is incapable of filling the role that she is attempting to fill. Mm-hmm. And for that, it doesn't look well. I would look stupid too. Somebody came to me and say, "Hey, brother Steph, brother, tell me what's wrong with that engine." I'd be like, "Well, there's an engine here. We need oil changes." Like I'll be saying nothing. They'll be like, "He's stupid. He's a stupid man. We need oil changes. You know,
don't see this?
carburetor and Pentium 360 space modulator." You know, I'm reaching way back from the cartoons, and somebody knows me. But I'm just saying, I could look foolish, or someone can say that he's an unintelligent man. And really, I would hope that somebody would look on and say, "I don't think he's unintelligent. I think he's not a mechanic." I don't think Miss Harris is unintelligent. I think she is simply not a president.
Al Sharpton. Y'all are even turning against people because they're choosing to vote Democrat, kicking them out of houses and bullying them. Listen to this, Al Sharpton, because you're willfully ignorant and you don't understand what's going on. Obama sees this as a problem right now, that he has to figure out how to deal with it, because we've kind of are enlightened. So that's why he's trying to shame us. But listen to this guy.
Trump 2024. Last night I became homeless because my parents found out that I was supporting and voting for Donald Trump. Nancy from New Jersey reached out in my TikTok DMs after I posted a TikTok and let me into her house with loving arms, gave me a nice dinner, and said I have more than enough time to stay here to get back on my feet. Thank you for all the Republicans who reached out in my comment section or from all over the country saying that I can stay in their home and welcome me with loving arms. This is what Republicans are all about, showing that we are all united no matter what race or skin color, and that we all love and support each other. Donald Trump is the best candidate for this country, and MAGA 2024, Make America Great Again. I'm going to be in NYC at the rally on the 27th, and I can't wait. Love you all, and thank you for showing me that this is what being a Republican is all about.
Steve Colbert, are you going to show this? Al Sharpton, are you going to post something like this? I don't think you are. I don't think you are. I don't see it. I don't see it. Like, you don't see this?
Trump? You're going to be voting for Trump?
I would think so, yeah, probably.
All right. Hey.
You don't see this?
Money, your money, all the people who are watching, to go towards people who broke the law.
Hold on. He playing music. We can't play that. It's like, you don't see this?
Listen, y'all, I am sweating bullets. I just left from early voting, right? They came approaching me, literally, like, on me. Like, I'm going to need you to take that head off. I'm going to need you to take the head off because that's campaigning. Listen, when I went in there, they had all kind of fraternities in there. They had all kind of sororities in there. They had black jobs and everything on their T-shirts. But they came running after me saying, we going to need you to take that off. The devil is a liar. They tell me you can't be campaigning with that hat on. I mean, and the lady went to go try to pull my hat off. She says, no. I said, well, I'm getting ready to exit because nobody caught it when I came in. I'm getting ready to exit. He said, no, you got to take it off right now. Listen, the devil is pissed off. Listen, that man tried to take my head off, and I was going to actually enter my ballot into the thing and walk straight out the door. They was on it. They was causing a disturbance in this place. That's what Trump does. He caused a disturbance to the evil darkness, to the evil kingdoms, and to those who are working for him. He caused a disturbance.
Like they're just coming out. They feeling super invigorated. Al Sharpton.
Up in the room when Vladimir Putin shows up. It's not about warm and touchy feelings. It's about how we come together as a nation and preserve our way of life. we can fight about our differences later. But at some point, we got to act like the United States of America. Sound the alarm.
So in 2013, he was sent to prison for corruption crimes, but his sentence was commuted by Donald Trump in 2021. This is why this guy
help him get votes in the African American communities. Do you think that's true?
I think so. Inequity and prosecution and sentencing is something that's been going on in America for a long time.
He could have used that veto for somebody else. But he's so dangerous.
Donald Trump, now people in the community feel that somebody who's experienced would be better prepared to meet it and try to change it.
What I mean, like, it's another lady.
You may not like Trump,
and she's voting for him. A pastor got something to say.
I call her Miss Lock Up a Brother for when she was the AG in California. A Negro knew, a black man knew that he was dead in the water. He was dead in the water. Matter of fact, you don't need a trial. You might well go to jail if you appear before her, because she took pride in locking up black folk. And now all of a sudden she's trying to be sister girl. I'm telling it. Check out her record. She locked us up left and right. Yes, she did. Yes, she did. Yes, she did. Yes.
He's okay with it. He's okay with it because she fits the Democratic narrative. You see that, Sugar Black? This is crazy.
Of some men, black and white, is misogynist. And are you proud to see that most Americans, even being polled, have no problem supporting a woman at all? And I'm one that lived from Shirley to Kamala in terms of these campaigns.
And I have an emotional reaction to you raising the point of Shirley Chisholm, because it is on her broad shoulders that I stand, and so many of us stand. And we have come a long way, to your point, and on your specific point about including the fact that I have the support of countless black men who are in elected positions, including just this afternoon.
Take a look at Kamala Harris's latest word salads and ask if she's ruined her chances at election is going from bad to worse. The president, her new strategy of showing her face is backfiring, causing mass.
I don't know, y'all.
Her death, Sean Combs commented publicly about Porter's
Usher.
death, writing on Instagram.
A lot of pressure on you, bro. A lot of pressure on you, bro. Like, you don't,
in the beginning,
Usher, you don't want to be involved in all this. Law and Crime Network. They own him. They own him. You better help, Kamala. Remember, she's like, you better help a union member. You better help Kamala. He get up there, we shall overcome. Usher like, yo, what y'all want me to? I bet if they put a call in to Jay-Z, Jay-Z gonna be there. Jay-Z, you see what happened in the Diddy right now. I ain't gonna tell you again. Sugar Black said facts. It's just what it is, man.
So obviously we love it, but what about MSNBC and the Trump deranged media? Do they love it? Obviously we know the answer to that question, but I'd like you to hear what they had to say about this.
If you're on his campaign, and I know you are certainly not, I'm not making any implication of that, but what is the logic behind this, going to a McDonald's? I mean, we know the guy likes Big Macs and filet of fish, and he's used the word love to describe the way he feels about the food there before. But what's this about?
There's no logic to it. It's a stunt. He has not put forth an economic agenda. He, as you know, appears to be not well, and he's engaged in some.
He appears to be not well. Have y'all seen that video? We played it a lot.
Really bizarre types of activities during this campaign. So this is just another one of those stunts that he will continue on through the campaign. And I think
these lefties, bro.
I hate to say this, but
and you get these mean ladies. It's crazy.
Hey, welcome back. It's your man Wise. I ran across this video here on X. We got to check it out. Candace is absolutely exposing Kamala Harris here.
Why isn't Harris-Sharpton talking about this?
We got to watch this. We're going to watch this together. This is the first time for me. Without further ado, let's go.
Can't find any evidence that Kamala Harris is black. So I said, I'm going to pause everything and do a deep dive on Kamala Harris's genealogy. And what I discovered is so shocking. Okay. So first, let's start with just Kamala Harris's birth certificate. This is it. This is an authentic copy of it. It's already been discussed. You can see in the corner there that we have highlighted on her mother's name is an Indian name, Shailamala Gopalin, and under color or race of mother, her mother has put Caucasian, extremely controversial, but we don't need to focus on the mother because the mother, everyone accepts the mother is not black at all, right? So if she's some part Caucasian, majority Indian, everyone accepts that the mother is not the claim to her black heritage, it is the father. On the bottom there, you can see that it says that her father's name is Donald Jasper Harris and that the color or the race of the father is listed as Jamaican, okay? So you can be Jamaican, you can grow up in Jamaica and not be black, obviously. It's like Elon Musk, like he was born and raised in Africa. It would be absurd for Elon Musk to say that he was black because he is not black. He is a white African. Right. So I wanted to go further into Donald Jasper Harris, allegedly born in Jamaica in 1938. He has indicated that someone in his family is black. So who are his parents? Okay. So this is Kamala's dad, Donald Harris. We're looking now into Kamala's grandparents. The grandparents' names are Beryl Christie Finnegan Harris and Oscar Joseph Brown Harris. So let's start with Beryl. Let's start with her grandmother. This is an alleged photo of Beryl Christie Harris, okay? It is the only one that exists in the public domain, and I want you guys to know that it was presented by Kamala herself. I looked at it and I was like, oh, okay, like where did this photo come from? Actually, Kamala is the one that entered this into the public domain in her book, which is entitled The Truths We Hold, which was published in 2019. So looking at this woman, she looks black and she wrote, visiting my paternal grandmother, Beryl, in Jamaica, okay? Now, when I saw this, I assumed it was a fake photo and I assumed that somebody had put it up other than Kamala because just doing a very brief search and then I quadruple checked this across multiple websites, genealogy websites and genealogists, that can't be Kamala's grandmother. Let's pull up a picture of her again. That can't be Kamala's grandmother because at least according to my research, Grandma Beryl died before Kamala was born. And now I want the internet to fact check this with me. This is wild, okay?
Yes.
Wait.
Yes. Yes.
No way.
Yeah, you better watch Candace.
1921, and she died in 1960. Okay, I've checked grave sites everywhere. This is it's not exactly a very common name and not an exactly very common place, specifically where she was born, St. Anne's Parish in Jamaica. That would mean that Beryl had Kamala's father when she was just 17 years old in 1938, and she died when she was just 39 years old. The black woman in that photo is not 39 years old. So this is a major discrepancy, okay? And this is just a tiny bit of digging. I went, wait a second. Has anybody realized that Beryl allegedly died when she was 39 years old in 1960? That means that Kamala would have been born 4 years after her grandmother died in 1964.
Talk to him!
1964 is when Kamala was born. Her grandmother died in 1960. So who is that woman that is in the photo with Kamala, okay? Beryl Finnegan, now looking more into her grandmother, was definitively not black. Now, how do we know this? Because Beryl, that woman that you just saw, her father was Patrick Alhanasus Finnegan, who was an Irish.
He said Candace went in for Janet. Did she even say thank you? Yet she probably did behind the scenes. Like when you a public figure like that, you can't really say too much. But I think Candace was looking for a reason to go at her. You know what I mean? But shout out to Candace on.
Irish slaver, okay? So that woman that you just saw, at a bare minimum, has to be half white. An Irish slaver is who her father was. Doesn't look like that. Maybe that Irish slaver married a super duper black woman. I don't know, but I know that that is not a picture of Beryl. And I know that Beryl is at a minimum half white, okay? Because the father was an Irish slaver.
But she goes in and she exposes everything.
Now, what about Kamala's grandfather? The other side of this, Oscar Joseph Brown Harris is his name. That's allegedly who Beryl married, right? Okay. What I've learned about him, this is the photo that they have produced of him. That's supposed to be her grandfather. What I've learned about Oscar was that he was born in 1914. Brown was his mother's maiden name. His mother was a woman named Christiana Brown, who was known as Miss Chrissy. Christiana Brown's father was also a white Irish slave trader named Colonel Hamilton Brown. That is the white Irish slave trader named Colonel Brown. He married an indentured servant, an Irish woman named Kate Williams, presumably Catherine Williams. And let me tell you how wealthy her family was. Colonel Hamilton established the town that they lived in. It was called Hamilton Town. It's now called Brown Town. And he owned, at a minimum, 1,120 slaves.
Who is Kamala Harris? This is ridiculous. We don't know who this lady is. Like, we don't even know who Obama is, really. We don't even know who this lady is. This is insane, man. All I know is she a low-key a robot. She's a robot, guys.
Panic on the eve.
I don't know, guys.
According to records, okay? So they were a family of wealthy Irish slave traders. But now let's go back to that photo again. Who is this with Kamala Harris that is wrongly assumed to be her grandmother? Again, you guys can fact check me. I was going, this is just weird. Had nobody noticed this? Well, that woman looks an awful lot like a slightly younger version of somebody that we are told is Kamala's great-grandmother, okay? A woman named Ora Iris Finnegan Allen. See, that face looks just like the woman that we just saw, but slightly older. Now, let's go back again to that photo of the Beryl, who's definitely not Beryl, okay? And let's go forward here so you guys can get this in your head. That looks like the same woman to me, okay? But this woman is allegedly her great-grandmother, who is known as Miss Iris, okay? So pull up Miss Iris again, the great-grandmother who Kamala is allegedly on her lap. We can all agree that that woman looks to be at least some percentage black, and it's about to get weird, okay? So first, just so we are clear, even if this woman was 100% black, that would make Kamala majority Irish white. She would be majority white. So it's completely crazy that she would suddenly claw out and pretend that she's black, okay? If she was 100% that woman, great-grandmother, if she was 100% black, that would make Kamala 12% black under a best-case scenario. But I thought, okay, that's Miss Iris. She's saying that's her great-grandmother.
Now, I hope y'all like following along to what Candace Owens is saying. Shout out to her. She exposing everything.
Let me verify that Miss Iris was fully black. And a way to do that would be to take a look at Miss Iris's children, you know?
We got 87,214 subscribers. Shout out to everybody for subscribing. We trying to get to 100,000.
Now, to be clear, she allegedly had 4 children. So we have Kamala's missing grandmother, Beryl, who allegedly died at the age of 39, as well as some of Kamala's great uncles and great aunts. And their names were Abraham Judah Finnegan, Noel Finnegan, and Bernard.
So we got 12,786 subscribers until we reach the goal.
Finnegan. Okay.
And then Trump's Bone Spurs, he said Candace Owens is Nicaraguan. Yo, hey, dude, chill. Like there will be no Candace Owens slander on this channel. I rock with her, bro.
Okay. So Beryl, the missing grandma, has 3 siblings: Abraham, Judah Finnegan,
yeah, we going
Noel
up, Sugar
Finnegan, and Bernard Finnegan. All
But also subscribe to him. Yeah, I'm a subscribe. A Righteous Perspective. He got 267,000 subscribers. Shout out to him.
All of these people have apparently evaporated into thin air. Literally cannot find a single trace of these people who definitely do not have black names, okay? And I'm just going, I just want to see a picture here.
Beryl.
So I'm going to put a bounty on it. I would like someone to do a little bit of due diligence here. Find me Beryl Finnegan and Beryl's 3 siblings, okay? A photo, anything, $1,000. You email it to info@CandaceOwens.com because I am telling you something is not right here. How did
Yo, I need to get an email address because y'all be hitting me up in the DM, sending me all kind of videos. I need to do that. That's a good idea. info.piperboywilliams.com.
nobody realized that Beryl died in 1960 and Kamala in her book published a photo of a grandparent who she wasn't alive to meet, okay?
Oh my God, this is a conjuring! Wait a minute! Yo, they posted a video of a lady that she was not alive to meet. Is this not weird, y'all? Harris-Sharpton! Why you not asking her about this stuff?
Where is the real Beryl? Like a photo of Beryl, a photo of any of Beryl's siblings literally disappeared without a trace.
Shout out. Oh, whoa. We just got a lot of subscribers. Shout out to y'all. Hey, but y'all subscribers, have y'all why is it Harris-Sharpton asking her about this? This seems like something he should ask her, right? He's ignoring it.
This is the only reason, okay, that people are convinced that Kamala must have some black in her family is because of these alleged relatives. And it's just ironic because her family is extraordinarily Irish white, extraordinarily wealthy slave owning descendants. And the only reason we have this image in our head, just like Trump said, suddenly she was black, is because Kamala's father in 2020, just after Kamala published that photo in her book, Kamala's father in 2020 similarly decided to publish an essay.
Jock Diesel said, because they all plants. It ain't sad. Missing children in Maui's fire. Katata is talking to somebody else. Wab Funk said Kamala has the less black in her than Mariah Carey. George Perkins said true story. Off my lawn. So who was Kamala Harris? And says if she did a deep dive on Obama, she would find the same weird stuff. She did, I think she ended up changing her title recently, but she found Obama's ex-girlfriend, which was a white lady, and found a letter, I guess, that Obama wrote, and Obama was basically professing his love to some guy. So that video, luckily we ended up reacting to it before she either changed the title or sanitized that from her channel, or maybe was forced to. I don't know. But we ended up reacting to it on one of the videos.
Entitled.
That's why I be trying to do this real quick. I'll go live and I'll try to hit a lot of videos because you never know what can happen. Right? And we reacted to Piers Morgan, interviewing Jaguar Wright about Jay-Z, and then guess what? Jay-Z hit Piers Morgan with a cease and desist. They ended up trimming out the segment on YouTube, and now it's gone forever. But on my channel, I've got the video, of Jaguar Wright going in on Jay-Z. Little stuff like this is why I try to do it. You know what I mean?
Reflections of a Jamaican father, where he only included in all of his white Irish slave owning family, he only decided to include a photo of Miss Iris and Miss Chrissy, who look like the same person to me. Why would he do that? We've got a big old family, got a ton of wealth. Everyone's got a slave. Why did you decide in 2020 to publish a photo of these 2 women, just like Kamala did in her book? I've got question marks. I don't know how it's possible that every time we are electing someone to office, they have a very shady family background, and hers is extremely shady. There's
what? This makes me wonder, y'all. Why are they so quick? I don't know. I don't want to say too much on this YouTube channel, man. These people are not even, we don't even know who these people are. She went to high school in Canada, and then she's finding out her family are slave owners, and then her mom I'm sorry, her grandmother was actually white. Miss Barrow's white. She even has a video, which I'm going to show it, right? And Candace doesn't have any issues with people like kind of like reviewing her content, but there's a video of this lady, she's Jamaican, and she details like knowing Barrow. And she wasn't doing this video to say anything negative about Barrow or negative about Candace Owens. She was just talking about her experience of being around Barrow. And Candace Owens explains Barrow to be like a white lady. Like when you take a deep dive into what she did on the podcast, and then having that interview of this Jamaican lady detailing all of these different accounts and things about Miss Barrow further validated what Candace Owens was saying. So Candace Owens, if you ask me, like she opened up Pandora's box and exposed Kamala to the world. And it's being hidden. Steve Colbert will never talk about this. I mean, they're even like acting like North Carolina is not messed up right now over the hurricane. So they're trying to ignore that right now. So just imagine, like, they will never say anything what Candace Owens has been saying. And they can't act like nobody's seen it. Candace Owens videos have like over 1 million views on them. Like some of them. Like, and if it's in the ones that don't have 1 million views, they got right close to it. So people have seen this. So, and this is why she's doing guided interviews. She goes on a platform and you can't use the footage with the guided interviews because you can't break down everything. When she finally does a Brett Baier interview, she crumbles. A Fox News interview. But I wish Brett Baier would have asked her about what Candace Owens is talking about. But, you know, you can only go so far with a candidate, or they'll cut the interview or won't sign off on the interview. Because you're at the end of the day, like, Kamala Harris has got to sign off on the Brett Baier interview. That's what people don't understand. You know, so when you are like getting her with these gotcha questions, they can't be too over the top to where she can say, nah, you doing too much. I'm not signing this. You see what I'm saying? So I think he did just enough to get her, but I wish he would have asked her these questions.
Something weird here, okay? Barrow and siblings, huge question mark. I don't know, Abraham Judah does not sound to me like the blackest person in the world. And I'm going to need you guys to get on it, internet. $1,000 bounty. Email it to info@Candace.
Also, we just got a lot. We got a lot of subscribers. But make sure y'all too, like when I start uploading video, like watch the videos. Because sometimes like people subscribe but forget to like watch videos of people. Like make sure y'all watch the videos too, man. Like I appreciate that.
Especially if you're
y'all gonna get me to stop talking about entertainment and just uncover everything that's going on in politics. Y'all keep subscribing. Shout out to y'all.
Jamaica. Like, we got to be able to find something here.
Candace at it again, man. Wow. Sheesh. I don't even really know what to say to that, other than the fact that what we've all been saying is that this lady is not real. She lacks authenticity.
Shout out to you, Off My Lawn. Yeah, this is crazy.
And the thing is that why is it? That's a great question, Candace. Why is it that we get these people? They tell us that they're black. Where are the foundational black folks that are running for office?
You can't have them, bro. And I don't want to make this all about like no race or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? But you can't.
Where are those people at? Like, what the heck is going on, man? This is what we get. People with shady family past that, goodness gracious, man. This is crazy.
It's literally insane. Shout out to Candace Owens, man. And then she ends up.
Grow up.
This substantiates everything that she says. This lady, this Jamaican lady, she goes into detail about knowing Miss Barrow, which was a white lady. And she's not like getting what Candace Owens trying to expose Miss Barrow and what's going on with Kamala. She's not choosing sides or doing anything like that. It's a video that's out. She caught the video that was out and she put it on her channel.
It's an old friend of mine. She's Jamaican and she used to know Miss Barrow very well. They grew up in the same village?
Well, I grew up in the village where Miss Barrow lived. She was a lot older than me, of course.
Well, obviously,
and Miss Beryl is the
You can tell they got money. The way she talking, the way she got that dog. They got money.
grandmother of Vice President Kamala Harris.
Yes.
And
Bro,
she
if this gets
was
out,
just the most delightful lady. I have such fun memories of her. Excuse me. So there's a sweet that you have in Jamaica as a child, or grown-ups eat the sweet that's made from coconuts and caramelized sugar, and it's called a buster. Have you ever had?
Darling, in my day it was called Bustamante Backbone.
Okay, so it was called a buster. And Miss Beryl had a shop. And in the mornings, my Uncle Cecil would take me by the hand. We'd go up the road for a walk. And on the way, everyone that goes past, it would be, "Good morning, Mas Cecil." And "How are you, Miss Dawn?"
shout out to Off the Wall.
And by the time we got to Miss Beryl's shop, she would either offer me a buster or this other delicious sweet called a Paradise Plum.
Yes, I remember Paradise.
Yeah,
Plums.
but Miss Beryl, she was just so lovely. We would have these conversations as a little girl whenever I went past with Uncle Cecil.
You don't have to unsubscribe. You're blocked.
And it was always, "How are you doing with your books? Are you reading? Are you learning your times table?" Of course, she was a businesswoman. So she was very good at things like mathematics, of course. And she was, looking back now, you could see she was a trailblazer. Because the shop that she had, she actually built it herself. So we lived in a village, and her shop was the only what you would call an...
Yeah, Sugar Black. Yeah, like, hey, I don't know why dude got, like, he was cool. Then he got super emotional because we started playing the video of Candace Owens exposing Kamala Harris. And he got really emotional. "Oh, I'm going to unsubscribe." Like, hey, go ahead. And if anybody feels like him, don't unsubscribe. Like, don't do what he did. You know what I'm saying? Watch something else. They mad. They are so mad, bro.
All the other houses were like bungalows on one level with gardens and stuff. I remember in our garden, we had gladiolas.
Okay, a couple of things flagged to me as interesting there. So she was really good at mathematics. Okay, so we're talking about a black person. Again, this would not have been more than a couple of decades removed from slavery. And she was really good at mathematics, extremely well-read, owned and operated a shop, and had the biggest house. I mean, what are we talking about? This doesn't feel like the correct kind of a black story that I'm used to. A couple of generations ago, you go back, most black people have my grandparents' sharecropping farm. I mean, but who knows? I'm like, okay. Very clearly, though, we know she's telling the truth right away because this is a good fact check against what Donald Harris wrote when he wrote a story about their Jamaican heritage for Jamaican Online Global. And he talked about those bustas. He talked about him and his sister Enid and how they loved the bustas. I think he said it was around Easter time. So everything she's saying sounds correct. But it was this part, this next part, that instantly let me know that this woman was the real deal. Because she presents a detail, something that I know to be a fact that I had not ever presented to the public. Remember when I told you that I got on the phone with a family member of Kamala Harris? And that family member told me that Donald Harris had two siblings, Enid Harris, who I have spoken to you guys about, and another sibling who I had never mentioned. It was Beryl's son, and his name was Kenneth. And this woman starts speaking about the Kenneth that I had never mentioned, who would be Donald Harris's brother. Take a listen.
Was it a village or was
Christopher Cooper said, "Love Candace and all that she stands for. Which more like her would do this?" They're trying to sanitize her, I guess. That, she was almost deplatformed when she did that Kanye West interview. She got suspended. And so what she did was she's like, "Okay, I'm going to Rumble." She took all her followers and support to Rumble. Next thing you know, she got reinstated and unsuspended. Because I think they were starting to see like, yo, this lady's got a lot of traction. It's better for us to have this traction on our platform than remove her from the platform. So, you know, she does at times push the boundaries of free speech, but, you know, that's what you're supposed to do. You're not supposed to just sit back and just play there. Yeah. Follow the line. Follow. You know what I mean? You got to, like, sometimes you got to push the envelope a little bit. That's what changes things. But I don't think she's, I mean, I think this is, depends on how you can look at it. Some people may say this is malicious, but, you know, in all reality, she's really opening your eyes to the truth of what's going on. So, I mean, I don't know. I rock with her. I like everything she does.
Was it a hamlet? How many people would have been in it? How many houses? How many residents?
And then Tangible Mammal said, I don't get it. If you don't like politics, don't watch. Go watch old battles or rappers rapping about unaliving one another. Yeah, I don't like, this is what happens, right? People want me to go into, like, back into talking about entertainment, like that particular stuff in entertainment. I don't feel like doing that, bro. Like, we got an election coming up, and I feel like it's vital, it's more important for me to talk about stuff like this. When is the last time people thought about going to Candace Owens and watching like a series or something like this is going on? Like, a lot of people don't even know. They're still calling Kamala Harris a black lady. A lot of people don't even know that this is literally going on.
So at one time, everyone that lived there, was a village. There was probably about 80 or 90 people. But at one time, everyone that lived there was a relative of mine.
Really?
Yes.
What about Miss Beryl?
So this would have been before people such as Miss Beryl moved there. But before that, everyone who lived there, and even as a child growing up, most of the residents were connected in some way on my father's side, my grandfather's side, where they were all related. But Miss Beryl, my darling, also had a son. He was called Kenneth, and Kenneth had a motorbike, the equivalent of what we would now call a Harley Davidson. And of course, so at the time I would have been no more than 4 or 5. I'm not interested in what make your bike is.
Kenny Howard said, I took my wife's mail-in ballot and tossed it because she voted for Harris. Wait a minute. You can't do that. That's illegal, bro. You wildin', man. Like, you can't do that, man.
And he would put me on the front of the bike, whenever I came past with Uncle Cecil, and I would sit there and he would switch the
You can't take away her rights, bro.
engine on. And of course, looking back now, I realize the bike never moved, but he just held on to me, and I thought I was riding a bike, and I grew up absolutely loving motorbikes. He was very handsome.
Oh, Beryl must have had some money. Her son has the equivalent of a Harley Davidson. He was very handsome. He's got riding around on his motorbike. What are we talking about here? Like I said, this is when I knew that this woman was dialed in, because I had never spoken about Kenneth publicly, not for any particular reason. I just literally hadn't gotten around to it, as I've been collecting all of this evidence to present to the public on Kamala's family and looking into Enid and looking into Kenneth. So very interesting. Again,
what do y'all think about this? What do y'all think about that? I don't know, man. I don't trust this lady no further than I can throw her. I can't believe this. All right, y'all, but I'm about to get out of here. Let's see how many views we got. You know what I mean? On here. Shout out to everybody. We got some subscribers in here. Hold on. We've got 188,000 views on this video. So shout out to everybody that's been subscribing. I got some other videos to make. We're gonna talk about politics again. Y'all can get mad. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna do it like entertainment blah, but I'm gonna get right back to politics. You know what I mean? It is what it is. But shout out to everybody. 188,000 people in here. I think we've been live for like a couple hours, you know, And I kind of want to give y'all a break or whatever, you know what I mean? But we getting right back to it soon. But shout out to everybody. Hit the notification bell if y'all can. And also when I upload videos, watch them. It'll be greatly appreciated. You know what I'm saying? But I'm out. Come rate, subscribe. Let me know what y'all think about that. Peace.